Man, just being straight up, being honest,
Transparency.
man. Like, look, they understand you are in the business, or you would not be coming to them.
Fact.
Like, so I tell people, like, if you really want to get the max amount of money, list it. However, if you want to move fast and get it sold right away, work with your boy. This 5-bedroom is renting for $3,200 a month. 33, but after I paid my property manager, I'm $3,200 a month. It's paid off. I bought it in 2017 for $95K.
What's it at now value wise?
$350K. I had a poor place, bro, right across the street. And when I bought it, the lady was so terrified of the tenants. She was putting sticky notes on their doors, and I was like, so I already knew, again, this is how I was getting deals, because I was taking over a problem. You don't have to be perfect to get started. You got to take imperfect action and keep it moving.
What's going on, family? It's your boy Darius, man, back with another episode of Influence to Impact podcast, where we have influential and impactful conversations with influential people. I got my guy today, man, Mr. Lee Patterson. How you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. What's good with you?
Hey, man, excited to have you on, bro. And the reason I'm excited to have you on is because we have a lot of people come talk funding and different topics, but we all know that the guaranteed wealth play is real estate. So, man, I'm super excited to have you on here. One of the goals when I start off is, of course, they're going to get to hear a lot about your story today and you know, who you are and the things you've been able to accomplish. But my goal for my audience is I want them to be able to see Lee and say, wow, if he can do it, that I can do it, to inspire the people.
For sure.
So for those who don't know, give a little introduction or background about yourself and where you come from and how you got here.
Man, born in Longview, Texas, moved here for college, went to the University of Georgia. Go Dogs. Yeah, man, and did the whole athlete thing. Then you know, you graduate, you got to figure it out. What's
Absolutely.
next?
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Then I have to make a business decision. What I tell people, you know, runners don't get paid like that unless you run 100 meters or breaking world records or got stupid endorsements. So made a business decision, went into the I started doing physical therapy. You know what I mean? And so and started training people. Back and neck, did that for a minute, and then I started meeting a lot of people and a lot of different backgrounds. Met a guy who actually gave me an opportunity in the food industry, right?
Fire.
So I went into the food industry for a quick hot minute because it gave me ownership, and I knew I always was not a 9-to-5er, man.
Yeah.
Nothing to the 9-to-5ers, but I was that wasn't my lane, and so I end up going to pivoting to real estate.
Okay.
Because I realized the big thing in the fast food business was the real estate. You know, it was bigger than what it was bigger than just the selling of the food.
Makes
the food
sense.
was the vehicle that paid for the real estate that it set on. And so I was like, you know what, let me pivot to just real estate to where I'm dealing with a family or a person or a couple of people versus being in a restaurant, I'm dealing with customers, employees,
Left and
vendors.
right.
I mean, I can keep going on and on and on. So, yeah, man, I was able to come back to Athens, Georgia, where I was, you know, went to school at, and was able to learn some things from a former teammate who was killing it in a college house. I'm like, man, what are you doing and how do you do it, right? Like, when you meet somebody rich. And so he was my former teammate, so we would go on these runs, pick his brain.
Fire.
And then I just took what he showed me or told me and applied it and came up with my own niche to where I learned how to eventually leverage my credit to get to the real estate. For sure.
Hey, I heard a few success principles out of what you said. And first thing you had said was you talked about being a former athlete and how that translates into business, right? And I think a lot of people don't understand that when we go through those things, and all business is essentially not the same, but it is the same. What I mean is the mindset is the same. The skill set is the only difference we learn, right? You know, you transferring saying, I know 9-to-5 might not be for me. It ain't for everybody, but it's damn sure not for me. I'm gonna figure it out. Because I went through the same thing. Like I had my first year home, probably 6 different jobs, and I shortly realized it's not for me, so I got to figure something out. And essentially what happened to you happened for you. It forced you to say, I'm going to get into this real estate thing. The third principle I heard is essentially you had a mentor, but you had someone who maybe wasn't charging. I don't know if he charged or not, but essentially you had a blueprint to be able to get where you wanted to get to. Talk about that.
Yeah, you know how it is. It's like, for instance, we both athletes. See, a lot of people don't know you athlete. You cold with that thing, but you keep it kind of humble. I like it. Like me, most people don't know what I do. They just assume. But like you probably grew up idolize somebody, like, you know what, that's what I want to do.
100%.
Then you go either join a team
100%.
/ get a coach.
Yep.
And AKA you're a mentor.
Absolutely.
And the next thing you know, you're running the rock. You're doing your thing. You probably went and got a trainer.
Absolutely.
Specialized training.
That's it.
To advance your skills.
100%.
And plus, we know the $10,000 rule.
That's a mastery. Mastery. I love it, bro. So talking about this real estate, you say you have a specific, or you started building your own niche based on the foundation that you learned from him.
For sure.
What is your niche, and break that down for people who maybe don't understand?
So my niche was learning. He said something that I had never heard, and like he was like, yeah. I was like, hey man, so how many houses do you own now?
Yeah.
He's like, well, I own X amount of houses, but I get paid on 100 and so doors, and I was like,
a month.
Damn. And I was like, can you elaborate? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mind you, we're running, so we run about 6-7 miles a day, so we are able to talk about 50 minutes, 55
different
minutes.
things. Yeah.
So like I tell people, I learned, it's like an unpaid apprenticeship.
That's
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And that's the problem with a lot of people I see. They don't want to do stuff for free or pay to play
value.
Yeah. And so I'm picking his brain, and he was just like, yeah, man. So we have. So if I got a 5-bedroom house, I'm renting by the door. We're in a college town, so these students are all on the individual leases. So they're willing to pay more for their own room, bathroom, per door. And then he threw another nugget in there. He's like, and we turn dining rooms into bedrooms. He's like, nobody sits in the dining room.
Oh,
right. And I was like, man. So I bought my first property was a 5-bedroom house. I rented out every one of them, right? And I had to pay to get the dining room transformed into the room, because in order to be considered a room,
like
has to have a window, one window, and a closet.
Okay. So now essentially you're getting six payments on a 5-bedroom house.
Sure. So
oh my gosh.
So what I was able to do was, I'm in a small town. Most of the colleges are in small towns.
Facts.
Especially
the big universities.
For sure. And so I was able to get, not anymore, but small town prices and rent them for big city prices, right? Like I'm getting Atlanta prices.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? Like this 5-bedroom I bought in 2017. Right now, praise the Lord, college students just got back.
Yeah,
and this 5-bedroom is renting for $3,200 a month, 33. But I paid my property manager. I'm $3,200 a month. It's paid off. I bought it in 2017 for $95K.
What's it at now, value wise?
$350K. You know what I'm saying? So
that's only 5 years.
5 years. That wasn't even. I wasn't even thinking about that.
I
was just thinking about what I was getting on the return.
Flow.
Yeah. You know, name of games cash
flow.
So
so a lot of people really stay out here. They talk about they're playing a long-term game. So essentially, you're getting real money on the front end and the back end.
For sure, because as you know, we can borrow the money from that.
Makes sense.
To buy more income producing assets, which I always tell people, like, most of y'all's problem is y'all don't have an asset. Facts. Y'all have nothing to leverage.
Yeah.
To go get money.
Makes sense.
So guess what the next best thing is?
Credit. Absolutely.
Right? Oh, I'm preaching to the choir.
You know what I'm saying? We about to get into that. So we talked about leveraging one home to be able to either go acquire more or different assets. But talk about that. Because obviously you talked about learning from your boy or your friend who you were running with. Yeah. I don't know if he knew credit or he knew funding, but you also having this skill set in your arsenal. How are you, or have you been leveraging the credit to be able to speed up your process and create more leverage with your real estate portfolio?
A cool story, man. And like, again, the more you earn, the more you learn, and the more you evolve. Or you better be evolving or you be evaporating.
Facts.
However,
it's a bar.
Man, I learned that I didn't have to sell nothing to get more money. I could borrow against it and still and here's the kicker, not be taxed on it.
That's a fact.
Right? Because it's looked at as a loan. So not only am I keeping my income producing asset, I'm able to borrow against it to go and purchase other income producing assets. And I used to be like, well, I'm gonna get this. Be great to have equity in it. So when I sell it, I make more money, right? Yeah. Either way is a win-win. But keeping it,
it's a real one.
Man, so it revolutionized my life. And I always say that credit changed my life.
I love that.
You feel me? And so that's why I like, sitting with like-minded people like yourself and chopping it up and seeing how we are all able to be successful in this space by staying in our own lane and running our own race is one of the cool things about this business.
Absolutely.
Right? We probably wouldn't run into each other if it wasn't for this.
And you ain't lying.
Yeah.
It's just,
Unless it was at Alabama game.
Yeah, we gotta talk to you about that, man. We got a little Alabama versus Georgia up and down going on in the past decade. But bro, your method, this seems so far. I don't think many people are talking about this. I want to know, are there obviously we know college towns, but what other type areas, I guess, or are there preferable areas where people can be looking to purchase these type properties where they can rent them out by the bedroom?
Yeah, for sure. You always want to be in an area where there's growth.
Okay.
And obviously, I usually say a college, right? Because a college ain't going anywhere.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how it was explained to me. Like, man, what's the chance of University of Georgia leaving tomorrow and moving to Atlanta?
Makes sense.
You know, and then where are their factories? Where's their growth going? Because now, man, I'm attending like meetings and stuff because this is what people are doing. Yeah. They're going to these meetings and they know what's coming because the city is telling you.
All you gotta do is listen.
So if you look at Atlanta, you wonder why they was running around buying up everything around the dome.
Makes sense.
Before they even announced,
because they knew it was
because they knew that it was coming down the pipeline. That was the hood around the dome. Yeah. I don't know if you've been here long enough to know that.
No, it's only been 3 years for me.
Yeah, so bro, man, like it was New Jack City, downtown Atlanta. Anybody tell you why you think the Braves moved to Cobb County? I'm just telling you, bro. But now you look at it, man. Everybody's starting to move back into the inner city.
Fire.
You know, and so again, you gotta to answer your question, know what's going on in the city that you're in. I always say start in the city that you
familiar with.
Because you're familiar with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I had been in Athens for so long, I run around, I knew everything.
Makes sense.
You know, so nothing really caught me off guard when I was looking because I kind of knew the area. Gotcha. You know, and plus, you know the whole when you're looking for real estate, you drive for dollars, right? Everybody knows that tip. But I was running, so jogging for dollars.
Right,
you know
literally.
what I'm saying? And so I'm looking at these houses, and my mind was so bad. I'm like, gotta remember that address. But what I started doing was I would just go on Google Map, and I would kind of know where I was at, and just kind of go blow it up and figure out the address. Because sometimes, man, some of these houses so bad they didn't have an address on them. You know, especially if they were overgrown and bandos.
Yeah,
the address went on the house, and it definitely wasn't a mailbox.
Got you.
And so that's how I was killing it when I got into the game. And to go back to the piggyback on what we were first talking about, I didn't get into the funding game until I ran out of money.
Because it forced you into a situation.
Forced me to a situation. Like, bro, I was getting all these deals, and I'm like, I can't even keep the deal.
Yeah, because of money.
Because I ain't got no money. Yeah. And it takes forever to save up.
Facts.
And so a buddy of mine, he was like, asked me, I don't know, it had to be God's time. He was like, hey, what are some of your biggest obstacles in your business? I was like, I'm running out of money. What you mean? Like, it's usually everybody obstacles in their business.
More bread, everybody.
Yeah, especially when they're growing. And so he's like, what if I could show you a way to leverage your credit to pull cash off a credit card? I'm like, you'd be worth the price of admission. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk. Well, elaborate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so he taught me that method, and he's like, it's not cash advance. I'm like, good, because I know that much about credit cards. You don't do a cash advance. He's like, no. And so once I learned that method, he just showed me how to get the cash off the card. He didn't necessarily even show me how to use it
to leverage
for the real estate.
Just how to get it.
Gotcha. And so what I end up doing is I didn't even have to pull the cash off the card. I just used a third party to wire the money for me to the attorney.
Now, you know, you gotta give my fan base the sauce and plastic.
Yeah, for sure. The quick way, because most people don't really realize it, but you use plastic. A lot of people heard of PLASTIQ.
Right.
And what they'll do, they'll send a check, they'll do an ACH for you, or wire it on your behalf and just take it from your credit card. And so that was the game changer. Even when I taught them, they were like, what? Yeah. They're like, yo, bro.
Tell them, why is it better than like a cash advance? Like tell people like interest rates.
Because cash advance gonna hit you for like 25% plus. Like it's, you must really be in bad shape if you do a cash advance. You know what I'm saying? And so when I do it that way, plastic charge you like a small percent, like 2.5. Who cares? Because I'm getting points too.
Facts.
Like I travel the world every year. I tell people you should be able to take one trip a year
off your
for
credit
free.
Cards. Absolutely.
First class.
If you ain't got at least one, you ain't doing it right.
You ain't doing it right. Yeah. Even on a personal side, which we don't talk much about personal.
But the reality is you're right.
But I also know we got people come to us that's not about business credit.
They
And
want to just
that's
get some
fine.
personal credit,
They just want to get some personal credit. They want to either get a 800 credit, whatever.
Right.
I'm here for it.
Absolutely.
You know, we one stop shop, right?
Absolutely.
Nobody's told no.
Absolutely. Now, are you specifically leveraging 0% interest funding when you're doing these deals, or do you not really care about what type of revenue? I know there's rep based.
Well, obviously you want 0%. It's free money.
Yeah.
Obviously, but sometimes I might have that 0% already tied up into something. You know, and so a deal is a deal, no matter how you look at it when I'm working, right? Because the numbers are the numbers.
The return.
Right? Yeah. So I'm not tripping. Like sometimes you got to give up a little to get a lot.
That's a fact.
I mean, I paid you 20 grand to come on the show. You know, I know we're about to make a meal.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? So like the rich don't ask how much.
Exactly.
How much will it make?
Return?
Hell yeah, you know. And so, man, I don't know. I got excited, man. Like I said, I was so good at finding deals.
That's fine.
I want to tell people, you do business with me, don't screw me, because I can find you.
Yeah.
You know,
I know where you at,
you, bro.
Right.
You know, I'm good. That's what I'm good at doing.
Nah,
I'm good at finding people. And you know, in real estate, if you want the best deal, the best way to get it is to go directly to the seller. Because once the realtors get involved, wholesalers get involved,
now everybody in your pockets,
chopping off the bread.
So what are so for someone that's looking to really duplicate your process, what are some keys that you could tell them in terms of finding not just sellers but good sellers and building relationships and rapport?
Man, just being straight up, being honest, man. Like, look, they understand you are in the business, or you would not be coming to them.
Facts.
Like, we ain't that night. Like, how much you need, buddy? You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Like, so I tell people, like, if you really want to get the max amount of money, list it. However, if you want to move fast and get it sold right away, work with your boy. Fine. You know what I'm saying? Because either way, I'm gonna win. Because like, you want to list it, I got the realtor for you. The realtor gonna look out for me.
That's good.
Because I'm bringing them a free lead. You know, we know about what leads cost.
100%.
So when you can get a free one,
it's a win. Leverage.
Come on now.
Absolutely.
And so that's a quick, easy way to get in, is by, you know, like linking with these realtors and just becoming good at something.
Hard.
You know, when you started out, you were good at something before you branched out.
Facts.
You didn't do all this stuff and a podcast.
Absolutely. Start with one thing. Absolutely.
One thing at a time.
And I think a lot of times people make the biggest mistake, and they might hear diversification and 7 streams of income we always hear. But I'm glad you broke that thing down. It's like master something first. Be good at something, then you can start to expand.
For sure.
Right. So one thing you touched based upon was people not understanding the power of credit. I want us to actually give them a breakdown of how they can get in this position, because I know there's people who's like, I need to come get these properties. I need to start building equity and cash flow. Can we give them a little breakdown of how they can build their credit profile in shape, and then some places they can go to get some money to be able to start leveraging to get these deals?
So real quick, you know, we leverage business. So Absolutely. It starts with your personal.
Absolutely.
All right. So we go and get that thing fixed up, get it nice and pretty, because everybody thinks it's about the score. It's not.
Facts.
Look, it's not just about the score. It's about the whole business profile layout.
Yeah.
So we get that straight, because again, this is what blew my mind too, right?
Yeah.
We're getting money. They don't need no paperwork.
I know. No doc funding is crazy.
I had to admit, I said, no doc. Okay. Yeah. I know what no means, and I know what docs means. And I hate getting paperwork together.
Facts.
So
if I can eliminate that,
right. You in a new tax bracket, so you know what I mean. So when we got to get paperwork together, we're like, man, like
headache.
So anywho, so I like, it sound like a scam. You tell me they don't need my taxes or my bank returns, because I already bought my first house, which was my personal, right? Yeah. And so I was like, all right, well, you gonna have to show me. Right. So we did. I went through the process. So we get this together. We go start our LLC, get a DNB score, get the paydex, get that everything. Just getting it all structured out from your address.
Absolutely.
Don't let it be your penthouse.
Facts.
Don't let your cell phone number. Don't get me wrong. You can still get funded. However, I want to set you up correctly the first time.
Absolutely.
You know, so just going down the checklist, and I tell people, like, if I can do it, anybody can do it. Why could I do it? Because all this was within my control.
Absolutely.
Right? They didn't care what color I was, how tall I was, what I did. They didn't really,
none of that.
I ain't gonna say they do care what you do.
Yeah.
Right. Because you can't put you together a weed dispensary, because you gonna get denied.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
But again, just those little steps and knowing exactly how and what to say, what to write, and just checking the list off before we go to the business banking manager.
Absolutely.
Did I leave anything out?
Hey, you on point, man. You on point, right on point.
I mean, I don't know, bro. I get excited. Like I said, man, it changed my life. I wouldn't be sitting here with you 30 floors up in the sky in Atlanta, downtown. You know what I mean? I just, it wouldn't be happening.
It is.
And so for me to sit here and lie, yeah, bro, I was just smarter than the room, you know, it would be an abomination.
Absolutely. No, I love that. And if y'all don't know, the last thing he said was banking relationship managers, essentially bankers that work at these institutes that you can build relationships and rapport with to be able to actually be able to get yourself in position for higher limits as they work directly with underwriting. Or for those of y'all who, of course, may have clients or referrals, they can help push your clients through. Just want to make sure they have some clarity on that. Sure. What are some systems that you're using in your business to make things easier on you? Because I know you got a lot of houses, a lot of units, a lot of tenants. How do we stay organized?
So when I was doing this myself, but you know, when you first started, man, I was hustling, man. I was renting these things that I might as well at least should have been on pencil and paper. You know what I'm saying? And I was taking cash. I mean, I probably shouldn't even say that, but I had got a gun because I had so much cash on me when collecting, and I had a couple of them in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because the city starts to diversify, you can't move Section 8 houses.
Exactly.
They stay there. You know what I'm saying? So I had one. I had a 4-place, bro, right across the street. And when I bought it, the lady was so terrified of the tenants. She was putting sticky notes on their doors. And I was like, so I already knew, again, this is how I was getting deals because I was taking over a problem. Right.
They didn't want them. You step in.
Right. I step in. I handle them.
Yeah.
They look like me. You know what I mean? I can relate. So I can relate. So I ain't stupid either. You know what I'm saying? And so, but yeah, so I didn't have any system that at first I wasn't doing anything right. I had my first 5 houses in my name.
Wow.
And they were in different names. Like my name, Lee Patterson, Lee A. Patterson. I had one in Lee A. Patterson. I'm the second. I had one in Lee A. Patterson, the second Lee Ortiz Patterson, and I had one in Lee Patterson.
You're just getting them things.
Bro. Yeah. I don't even know how they ended up like that. I guess that's what I was writing on the DocuSign or what. I don't know. But I say all this to say you don't have to be perfect to get started. You got to take imperfect action and keep it moving. But now systems that I was using I use Rent Post to because everything's digital.
Okay.
I don't even take cash. You know what I'm saying? It's funny because I'm not a gun person. I never even used a gun. You know, I ain't even use that gun to be honest with you.
Just had it just to be safe.
Hey, I'd rather to be safe
than sorry.
Right. You know, and so but I used that. I used Zillow to list them. And man, I don't know, man. I'm in a college town. That's another thing. Being in a college town, stuff is always at a premium. Then I don't know what happened after COVID. I got rich during COVID, and everything went up.
Wow,
rent went up. Everything just went up, bro. Fire. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not gonna lie, I never had any intentions of ever selling.
Wow.
You know, I didn't have any intentions to even really borrowing against the house because I was able to just leverage.
It was moving
funding.
smooth.
Yeah, it was moving smooth. But again, you know, different levels you reach, you start doing things, and like I was just like learning new stuff. Started linking with people. Because of the relationship that now, you know, I have a property manager. So that's one of the links in my business that has a bridge that gap that has freed my time. That's allowed me now to do podcasts, to now go into the digital space and to now share this knowledge with other people. Get in front of people.
That's hard.
Right.
So for people who are looking at it, because I hear about that all the time and I don't know much about real estate, but, you know, definitely want to start purchasing. How much do like property managers cost typically? Are they percentage flat fee? And what is their role, or how do they allow you to buy back your time?
Oh, for sure. That's a great question. First, you need to know this. Everything's negotiable. Everything's negotiable.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like some things you really don't negotiate, but I don't know, man. I'm from the old school, man. Like you ain't got to set my price just like I don't have to accept yours.
Facts.
And when you travel the world, you realize a lot of countries, man, they negotiate a lot of stuff. And it's kind of shunned upon, obviously, here. But again, like a realtor's fee, it could be negotiated.
Yeah.
So with that, I knew
everything could be negotiated.
And everything could be negotiated in real estate.
Hard.
And so the typical return that these guys want is 10%. But
of monthly rent.
Okay. And I'm not gonna lie, it just didn't sit well with me.
Yeah.
Because it's one thing if you're dealing with some headaches.
Yeah.
Right?
Facts.
Like, yeah, you probably do. You might want the whole 10%. But I'm a good landlord. I fix stuff. I don't have a property that I wouldn't stay in.
Copy.
You feel me?
Yep.
So for me, I'm a big believer. If you get the right people in there, they stay,
long term.
and they take care of your stuff, and it's not a problem.
Fire.
The biggest problem is people paying. So if you get the right people and they got the right job, you vetted them well, it's a smooth all machine. And you get your every now and then there might be a leak or something, and yeah, that's easy stuff. You call the guy to go, the plumber, he go fix it.
Hard.
So it's really nothing for them to do. However, if I got to stop, take call, plug them in with the plumber, blah blah blah. So I negotiated mine down to about 7%.
Okay.
So I like, if you know anything about percentages, 1% makes a
hell of a difference in any business.
That's why when people don't have good credit, I get cringed.
Yeah.
And they trying to buy a car, and they trying to buy a house.
Because you're losing so much.
You're giving so much money away. Nice. You literally become a slave to whatever it is you buying.
Even if it's an extra $400, $500 a month.
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you, having the banks denying you for a loan is probably the best thing for you.
100%, because if they give you a predatory rate,
right? Because but that's what the car industry does, and I think they're trying to change some laws about that because it's so predatory,
ridiculous.
You know, and then I just cringe when people are like, oh, I walked off the lot with the Hellcat. You know, I'm like, yeah, you walked off with it, paying for it 4 times over. You know,
plus interest, right?
Yeah,
that's amazing, and that's some education for the people, because I know people hear about our property managers, but understanding. It's good to know that they're negotiable and then understanding kind of their role, what they should be doing. So essentially, do you hire basically like your team, like you have your plumbers, your other team contractors?
You know, that's another thing. Yeah. Get your own people. Because what they're gonna do, they're gonna call the first person because it ain't their money.
So they don't care about budget.
They don't really care like that. They still gonna get paid that fee off the top.
Yeah.
Not what I collect after I paid the plumber or something broke that month. And so I like to. I got relationships, gotcha. So I want money going to my people, not just a random, which is usually going to be the highest person, the person who advertises the most, which they got to pay for the ads, so they not going to be cheap.
Absolutely,
you know. And so, and also I tell people, make sure you read the contract with these realtors. The first time, not the property manager. Most of the time, the property managers are realtors, and so they slick. First person I had was a buddy of mine actually. He gave me like a 7-page thing for a property manager. I'm like, oh, okay. But I read everything.
Everything. I need all that. Yeah.
Man, he had in there, if he sold it or if I sold, he gets to list it.
Oh,
if I don't let him list it, I have to pay him a percentage. He had in there like late fees. He collects and keeps the late fees.
No, that's crazy.
Now, how does that make sense?
That's ridiculous.
That you keep the late fee and you don't even own the asset.
This is crazy.
This is part of your job. You know what I'm saying?
And if you didn't read,
and if I didn't read,
you'd have been duped out.
And I'm like, nah, I'm good, bro. I'm good. So again, when I went to hire my next person, because there's a lot of hungry people.
Yeah.
It's like getting your grass cut. In most of my properties, I don't need lines in the yard.
Facts.
I just need the grass cut. And the edge blowed.
That's it.
So these companies are like, because I used to cut the grass. I used to do everything, bro. I was hustling, bro. I was running
from hustler to CEO.
Yeah, I was running a skinny operation.
Yeah.
And so I'm cutting the yard, taking me literally 10 minutes. I'm on my around lawnmower. I weedy a couple things, you know, and you don't even really do it every week because in Georgia, don't nothing grow when it's hot. You know, and so they come like $50. Nah, I'm good, bro. I know I can provide the lawnmower and pay somebody 10 back then. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm like, nah, I'm good. Until even to this day now, I've got people hungry. People want to work.
Yeah.
You know, and so when you tell them, like, hey man, how much you charge? Man, that's a little bit pricey for what I got. But if I get you all of them, I need the best deal you got on my shopping. So when you do that, they either want the business or they don't.
Hard.
But you got to ask.
If you don't ask, you don't know. And I'd imagine, because you have so many doors and all in one area, you're providing them more work, so they're willing to cut down per house.
And then to be down your door.
That's fire. I love that, bro. Now, this is some good game. So dealing with tenants, right? Obviously, I know state by state, like I'm from Massachusetts, they call it a tenant state.
Wait, you from Mass?
Yeah.
I just left off and up there.
Yeah, I know you told me about the podcast you did. I don't know how really Georgia works, but talk about dealing with tenants who maybe want to, either pay late or don't want to pay. How does that work?
So unfortunately, but fortunately, so I'll say this: you make your money when you buy.
Okay,
that's all you need to remember in real estate.
Got you.
You make your money when you buy. Meaning, like, I got a house for $100K.
It's crazy.
I already know
I'm in the green.
I'm in the green.
Yeah.
And then I've done the math with how much it'll cost to renovate it. I've done the math on like what the mortgage is and what I put on the credit card
Yeah.
and what it'll rent for. Right.
So you know your
And
numbers.
So I know my numbers. And so by doing that, I'm already just moving.
Fire.
Right.
So out the gate, you profitable.
For sure.
That's hard.
Because you just, I don't know, like there are a lot of people like buying a car, like don't be buying, don't, you know, they buy it, they playing off your emotions, bro.
Exactly.
Know what's going
Don't
on.
be
You better
sold
run
to,
these
yeah.
numbers and be able to walk away.
Absolutely.
You know, and
Absolutely.
so that's what protects me in this game, man, because you're a lawyer, you're a real estate agent, and you're banking. Your banker
That's
is your three most important people in this business.
Fire.
My banker ain't gonna loan me on no stupid deal.
Facts.
The lawyer not gonna let me sign the contract on a bad deal. Well, I mean, I can sign it, but he gonna tell me if something was wrong. And then a real estate agent bring you stuff, they can get you comps and get you stuff like that. But what's your original question? I think I
No, dealing with maybe.
dealing with bad. Yeah. So this is a tenant state.
Yeah.
So the good and the bad thing is, so when I buy, I'm taking over a problem.
Okay.
So I know that.
Yeah.
But I'm good at getting people out. So once you learn the process, it's formality. However, Georgia is a tenant state. It ain't bad as California, but it ain't far.
Yeah.
So when you got to know these things, you got to have things buttoned up. Because when you go in there, these tenants get everything you say could be true.
But they still
and it's almost like your credit profile. You can have an 830, but if you got 6 increase,
they
you did not.
Facts.
So you go to court. And let's just say, man, Darius didn't pay me. He still owes me $100.
Yeah.
On his rent. The judge gonna be like, well, did you get? And just say if it's 1,000, did you get the 900? Where is it? I cash that check.
Makes sense.
Then he can stay.
What it is. Yeah.
So you learn real quick. Don't take money.
Verbiage, exactly.
Yeah,
don't take it.
bro.
Ask
me how I know. You know, and so
that's hard.
So you learn that, and so also. You can also bring it in the form of a money order. Because sometimes, because we're digital, they'll end up paying it anyway.
Facts.
Or trying to pay. But there's some people that you want out. So I just bring it in a money order form. Cashier's check.
Okay.
Bring in a cashier's check. Like, Your Honor, look, we didn't cash it. We'd already told him, this eviction process has started. And we're giving his eviction notice. And we're not renewing it.
Wow. So you're not playing no games.
I can't play. Because one, a lot of times when I go in, I see the potential.
Right.
And I know the numbers. And so I know I got to get them out and I know they're not going to pay it. The fourplex I bought, man, they were paying $400 for 1 bedroom when I bought it.
Crazy.
Shit, the water bill was $400, you know? And
right.
So I this ain't going to happen. So I went in, did a quick value add and put in some ceiling fans.
Yeah.
Raise it up $600.
Okay.
And they were wasn't tripping.
Yeah.
But I already knew I need to get them over 1,000.
Facts.
Which I know they wasn't.
They're not on that.
They do that. Yeah. So we know you wing them out. Okay. Or they wing themselves out. And you look at all these things before you buy and you get the leases. So I know a lot of, get a T12. Just I know everything's going on with the place.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Now there's a whole lot of game, man. Hey, I know there's going to be some people who hear who's like, man, I want to learn how to do what you do. So do you have anything where you teach people, you show people how to duplicate your process?
Yeah, for sure. I got actually 2 things. I got a school community.
Okay.
Got a free one.
Fire.
just man, it's enough game in there to get you started, going, and just changing your life. That's why I tell you, if you follow me and you don't have access to 50K, what you doing?
You doing something wrong.
Yeah, you doing something wrong.
Yeah.
And so I got a paid community where you can do step by step on your own, walk yourself through the process, get your first 150K, no big deal. But I also got something that's coming up with my 5-day challenge, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Or we're bringing in some friends like you that make 6-7 figures, some 8, just giving out game every day for a week.
Hard.
You know what I'm saying? I'm excited about it.
Absolutely.
And, it's like the story, you had that friend, he good at telling stories.
Yep.
No matter how many times you heard that story, when they tell it, you be like, man,
it's good.
That was funny, man.
It's good.
So it's like my guys, they come and they start talking. I get excited because I'm like, I lean in, this is my first time hearing it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And
Absolutely.
so that's why I'm super excited about my 5-day challenge. We're calling it Credit the Keys. You know what I'm saying?
So you're going to be showing people how to get the funding and then how to go get their first deal.
Yeah,
That's hard, bro.
Yeah.
Which is going to be like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 5,000? How much it's going to cost?
Bro, I'm blessing people with a free ticket.
Free ticket?
Your audience. I'm blessing y'all with a free ticket.
Don't say I ain't get y'all nothing.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a link in the bio. I'm gonna have he gonna give y'all a free ticket just because y'all watch this podcast.
Right.
So you gotta get through it, man. I'm excited. I'm gonna be in the challenge. What's the dates?
Yeah. It's coming up the 25th.
25th.
Yep,
okay.
the week of the 25th. Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, Friday.
Okay.
And you get an extra day if you get that platinum ticket, which I'm telling you don't want to miss it. Because it's just I don't know, man. You know, I always prayed to be in this position. I always prayed that the Lord would bless me so that I can be a blessing.
Makes sense.
And so if somebody can come in and just get this game and change their life, and if it's just one little game changer nugget, because you know we pay a lot of money for some stuff, and sometimes it's that one nugget
that gets you to the next level.
Gets you to the next level.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. And so like when y'all get in and check out, just doors is the inner doors at the checkout, and it'll make it free for the general admission ticket.
Man,
and we're gonna get busy.
Hey, listen, man, you know, growing up, we always heard real estate is a reason why. Real estate is the get rich for sure way. And my guy's one of the best in the world when it comes to helping you be able to get these doors. And I love the way he's doing it because I really haven't heard nobody talk about it. A lot of people ran by the apartments, you were going to triplex, duplex. He's showing you how to get busy off the bedrooms, y'all. You know, man, say he turned a 5-bedroom into 6 different payments, 6 different clients. So I love it, bro. I'm super excited. Before we wrap it up, man, I love for you to leave something special with someone at home right now who's saying, man, I hear you and I heard this game, but I'm in a dark place and I'm trying to get out of it. How do I change my situation in the next 90 days?
Man, next 90 days, you know, just start with your personal credit, man. Just get it cleaned up. Bet on yourself.
Yes.
You got to bet on you. We're not sitting here without betting on ourselves.
Absolutely
it gets scary way before it gets better.
Absolutely.
I mean, I heard, you know, I know your story. You stayed at home. My story, man, I was robbing Peter to pay Paul.
That's it.
You know, so a lot of people don't state the facts. We all been in a dark place.
Absolutely.
But it can be fixed. Your life can be changed if you're willing to be disciplined. All this was a discipline and locking in, right?
That's
you know, you lock in. Like, this is not an overnight.
Absolutely.
We're not an overnight sensation. I don't care what the Instagram and social media tell you.
Absolutely.
Anybody tell you that, it's a scam.
That's a fact.
You know, and so it does take work where no matter where you at, with your credit, it can be fixed. Meaning, get it fixed.
Yeah.
You can tap in with me. I got free resource. I even got a free credit repair. Right. Like, man, there's no excuses. Right. This is why me and Darius speak with such conviction and with such confidence, because we know it can be done if you're willing to lock in, willing to sacrifice, and be disciplined.
That's a fact.
So in the next 60, 90 days, even 30, depending on what you got on your credit, we can get this thing working. You can have your LLC open by Monday. You know what I'm saying? So things can happen quickly, and because money loves speed, speed loves money.
That's it.
And so just get busy, baby. That's my advice to anybody out there. Your credit can be fixed no matter where it's at.
Absolutely.
Right? Because we grew up saying that,
hell yeah,
your credit bad, then
it's a wrap.
Yeah, it's a wrap.
We can fix it.
It's not a death sentence.
100%. Now I love that. You said it right on the point. Success loves speed, and nothing changes if you don't change. Man, my guy, one of my rich friends, my guy Lee Patterson. We appreciate you blessing the podcast today. Let them know where they can follow you at on all your social media platforms.
Yeah, you can catch me everywhere. Lee A. Patterson on all social medias. We get busy the most on IG and usually in the school community. So you can all that stuff is in the link. Y'all that's wanting to join that challenge, the link is in my IG bio, and Darius gonna drop it at the end of this. And for y'all that attend, I promise you, we got a lot of bonuses, a lot of surprises. I'm gonna hook y'all up with my Dubai plug because I invest internationally too. Ooh. But it's a whole bunch of plays that we didn't even get to go over because it's just not enough time, guys. So y'all lock in with us.
Hey, super excited, man. Back with another episode of Influence the Impact podcast where we have influential conversations. This was one of them ones, man. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, share, comment, and we're just going to continue giving y'all game, man. Until next time, we out of here.